Forecast rain over the next 48 hours is unlikely to break the drought in Northland, but could cause further headaches for Westland. A heavy rain warning is in place for the west coast south of Otira from the early hours of tomorrow morning. It will hit just a few hours before the first guided convoy is due to start in the tourist-starved Milford Sound. But as Conan Young reports, the 15 to 25 millimetres of rain forecast for Northland could be more harmful than helpful.
Dargaville sheep and beef farmer John Blackwell says he hates to sound like a moaning farmer, but the short burst of rain predicted to hit his parched paddocks on Saturday could cause even more problems.
After that sort of rain, you'd end up with the crickets hatching, so then our livestock increases by about 2 billion animals per hectare. So they can be a plague, and we may have to bait for that. The other worry for me is facial eczema. So after a dry period like this, we're grazing down the boards. A bit of rain will start the risk of those spores growing. So that's two negatives.
The Northland Federated Farmers President says Saturday's falls would need to be followed up with 3 or more similar days for the rain to make a real difference. But he says the extra precipitation should help to at least partially fill up empty water tanks on homes and keep depleted bores and dams going just a little bit longer in a region that has seen half its normal annual rainfall.
It might do my morale some good, knowing that it can rain, because we sort of got the impression that maybe it'll never rain again.
Blue Skies weather forecaster Tony Trewinard says more helpful amounts of rain could be on the horizon for Northland in a couple of weeks.
The first week of March looks like a good opportunity to get a reasonably substantial rainfall for much of the North Island and possibly also for much of the northern half of the South Island. And those are the parts of New Zealand that really do need some rain at the moment. We could be talking about heavy rain. We could be talking about rain that could cause a little bit of flooding in a few places.
At the very opposite end of the country in South Westland, there continues to be too much rain, with between 100 and 180 millimetres forecast in the ranges. It's due to lash the region just as Milford Sound prepares to host its first visitors in almost 2 weeks, after the area was cut off by slips and washouts. The man in charge of organising the first guided convoy of buses, Kevin Thompson from the Milford Road Alliance, is confident the first one, leaving at 10 tomorrow morning, will still go ahead.
Those couple of major spikes of rain which will occur, we are expecting them, and we will have machinery available prior to the convoy to try and deal with that if we get any material out on the road. We still have large amounts of loose material above the highway in certain locations, and we have some concern that rain could bring that material down.
Kevin Thompson says at this stage only buses will be allowed on the return trip convoys that are happening 3 times a day.
We've doubled our workforce at the present time, and everybody here is committed to just bringing the road up to a condition to put convoys on and to keep it safe. We haven't yet transitioned to actual improvement or replacement of the damaged infrastructure.
Kevin Thompson says permanent repairs on the road will begin next week. Mō te hōtaka o te ahi, ko Conan Young tēnei.